Welcome back to the Miami Hurricanes Dynasty. I really want to buy into the idea of Collin Kunelic returning to be our starter this season and being the guy that can lead us back to the playoffs. He did that as a freshman when he didn't play nearly as well as I would have liked. But the start to his now redshirt sophomore season has me very hopeful for this year. I'm seeing some noticeable improvements on the field. He's decisive, making throws even into tight windows. They're good decisions still. He's not being reckless, but we've only seen 2 games, and one of those was against Sam Houston, a team that we were supposed to crush and ultimately did. Oh, and Marquise Lightfoot just has 20 tackles, 12 TFLs, and 8.5 sacks. That's usually a good season for a lot of pass rushers. That's just a couple weeks for him. And yeah, he should be here in the top 5 Heisman contenders. Today's action is going to begin against South Florida, and then we get NC State as our first conference game. We have a random non-conference game at the end, so we're getting into ACC play today. We're a much higher ranked team than South Florida. We're 11 better in terms of overall. What kind of game do we get in week 3? Sacked by Kevin Dombrowski. He's off to a strong start this year as well. Canes force a couple stops right out the gate, and Randy Titus will run in a 42-yard rushing touchdown. We saw some good moments from him in the opener, with now 94 overall. Sharif Ladd gets in on the action. There's a sack again for the defense. On first down, it's Collin Kunelic getting it to JoJo Trader. Fast start to the year for our best receiver. Again, throwing on first down, Kunelic gets it outside and finds Larry Slaughter. To the outside, running room, it's Randy Titus inside the 20. And Ted Good will check in, gets the first down carry. I'm back to experimenting too with the auto subs. I think I have 78 fatigue out right now, 82 back in. As Titus returns, gets the second down handoff, and that is a terrible spot. It's a home field advantage, man. Shouldn't that be a first down? Third down and inches instead. I should challenge that, but it's too late. Randy. I mean, that's where it should have been spotted. Titus on 2nd and 8 is in for his second rushing touchdown of the opening quarter. Titus is off to an incredible start in this game. Already a couple touchdowns, approaching 100 yards in the first half, and gashing the defense once again, 106 yards. First down, now the screen to Titus. I did go back into the playbook. I'm sure you're tired of hearing about it. I removed more throws out of 1st and 10. I think that there have to be at least like 60% of the plays are runs there. Wide open Larry Slaughter. It's a Cane touchdown, and the route is on. And getting into the second half, protecting a 21-0 lead. USF has gotten a few first downs, a couple big plays on the ground. Trying to make a game out of this. They only have about a foot to go and have a conversion. The run on second down is going nowhere. That's Tony Rizzo making the play. And on third down, they go draw, and it works. Getting upfield for the first down. I'm not expecting them to have much passing success, but they're going to try a screen and pick up 7 on first down. That's a really good play. Tricky spot here, but they'll stick with the run on 3rd and 3, getting first down yardage. We get them to 3rd and 6. The pressure is picked up. There's time to throw, but thrown out of bounds. A field goal for USF helps, but only so much. 21-3. 25, Randy Titus. This could be the coming out party. Mastrude's going to check in. as we have been seeing a bit of running back rotation in there, and number 7 gets it for 3. Now on is Ted Good, number 25 on second down. And Good falls ahead with a 2-yard gain. And now on this snap, we have no running backs on the field as Kunalik is going to get away. Now he's the running back, and he's got it first down. You always have to be careful there at the auto subs that you don't go too far and keep guys from returning into a game. That's dumped off for a short completion. We only have 51 yards passing. Does seem like we're letting that run game lead the way today. Second down and 5. Good protection. Easy underneath toss to Sean Simons. Kunalik with time. Throws a strike. It's Slaughter at the 11. And now we haven't seen Titus in a handful of plays. So wear and tear is the other part of it you have to keep an eye on. I've been seeing a lot of players as Good's going to rumble through the middle and get 9. But I've been seeing players affected by wear and tear stay out of the game. And now Titus is back in, where he's going to come in for a touchdown. Diving across. Number 3 has number 3. 20 carries, 202 yards, 3 touchdowns for Randy Titus. And there is no wear and tear showing up. We'll give some other players a chance here in the fourth quarter. It is 28-10. Bulls just got a touchdown, and Shakir Barmore is the quarterback. Ted Good's going to get a couple, as I don't plan on using Randy Titus the rest of this game. Shakir Barmore, the freshman, flips it. It's Mastrud, and he finds first down yardage again with the terrible spot. I want to challenge. What is going on? You're a yard off. Maybe more. Jumping ahead, USF got some chunk plays to put them in Miami territory, and that's a sack for Cole Carmichael. 3rd and 17, and he caught it! Somehow, it's first down USF. 4 minutes to go. Bulls running through the middle, finding their offense in this second half. On 2nd and goal, the pass underneath is enough for a touchdown as the receiver dives in. And that makes things a little too close to keep in the backup quarterback. It is an onside kick try, picked up by Miami, and even returned a little bit. 3:38 left to go. We look to wrap things up, hopefully easily, as we do have motion, and Kunalik's going to throw a strike again on first down for 8. Heading back to the air again, and that's Emmanuel Harris checking in for a first down. And that's Ted Good, head of steam as he runs through the middle and picks up 15. Good has a lane and runs it inside the 10, taken down at the 4. Another give to Good, who will grind all the way down inside the 1. I wanted to see him get 6 on that. Another good carry, and this time across the goal line, touchdown. I like what I'm seeing out of this running game. We're more physical, we're much better up front, and the running lanes we've been getting, can you imagine Chris Johnson with some of these creases? We got a real run game this year. It appears we scored again with a Marquise Gainwell interception, setting up another Ted Good touchdown. And your final in week 3 is 42-17, again in favor of the Canes. We've taken care of these first 3 non-conference matchups in impressive fashion, and now we move on to ACC play with a whole lot of momentum. We ran in this game for 266 yards and only passed the ball 13 times. It was heavily, though, a simmed game, so it's hard to make any conclusions based on the playbook with that. But it's the kind of game I think you should have when you get out to that early lead and your running game is this effective. 206 for Randy Titus. He scores 3 times. Ted Good punches in 2, but I do see a little injury icon on his player card. A little nervous about that. Defensively, Marquise Lightfoot definitely had a quieter game. He did not register a sack, which probably doesn't help the Heisman campaign. ACC Offensive Player of the Week is Randy Titus. No injury for Ted Good, but there is an injury now for JoJo Trader. It is a torn labrum, out 3 weeks. Now, one of those 3 is our current bye, but that means he'd likely miss 2 games. For recruiting, this is a battle to keep an eye on for cornerback Nathan Winston. Reminder, he has 99 speed, 80-man coverage. Clemson and FSU want to bring him in. He's going to visit 3 ACC teams consecutively. FSU has the early advantage. And that's a spot where I'm going to look for battles I can take some points away from. This is one where I debated on actually quitting out of it. But Marcus Fehoko, such a unique player at 96 speed, 81 man coverage. I'm hoping we can find a way to make this work and probably need a visit, especially a good one, to swing the battle. Now, I'm not seeing obvious battles here where we're the only team targeting a player. Our board is just too good for those types of situations. But only a 2-team battle here for Taekwon Papo. I will free up about 15 of those points. Coco Makari, we can probably afford to just go with 25 in this battle right now. But that gives us the opportunity then to hard sell for Nathan Winston, where our pitches are really strong. And I already have him scheduled to come in week 6. So I did this right before starting up the recording. I picked week 6 because I was hoping that by taking one there, I could block other teams. But they just scheduled visits ahead of it. Week 7 would have been a more advantageous week. Our opponent there is UNC, and it's a higher tier team. We'll have to see where this ends up going with him going to FSU next. I'm going to have Marcus Fehoko come in week 6 instead of week 7, just because we can have a complimentary visit bonus there. It's a little bit earlier as well, so that might help out blocking another team from getting a visit there and then. What might be a good idea in these situations is to just have an idea of the schedule for teams like Georgia or FSU that we're always competing with to strategically block their chances at visits. In the coaches poll, we are now number 9 as we get ACC play underway. Just a quick glance at recruiting for this last week. We lose progress for Deontay Vick, the running back I'd really like to add into this class. I scheduled a visit for tackle Quentin Ramish, the number 2 left tackle in the country. He will be visiting Miami, it looks like, week 7. And I'm not sure our efforts are going to work out here. Marcus Fehoko favoring the Bulldogs and very close to a commit. We're still 2 weeks away from a visit, so that seems to be a lost cause. And meanwhile, you've got Nathan Winston, who had a great visit, it looks like, with FSU in week 4. And actually, now that I think about it, it is week 4. We're losing that battle. Come on, man. Predicting when these battles will get cut down to their top 3 stage and nearing completion is kind of the next level I need to get better at in recruiting to be more efficient with my points and getting ahead of things, thinking a step or 2 ahead at times. But FSU is one of those teams that gets in our way. We don't like Georgia either, and FSU blew them out this week, 52-21. Now, they have home games weeks 4, 5, and 6. I bring that up because Deontay Vick doesn't have any visits scheduled, and the earliest I could do this is week 6, and I will pick that as opposed to week 7 just because of the higher likelihood of blocking them with that. Pretty heartbroken, though, that we're not going to get 5-star Marcus Fehoko, but the pipelines favored him. They have 5-tier pipeline. We only have a 2-tier. I don't think this class is going to have any more 96 speed, 81 man coverage safeties. Going to Ron Lampman, who has 92 speed, 83 tackle, and the blow-up ability. We're fighting with FSU and the Gators. I would like to set up another visit. We will target week 6, just again to keep FSU from hopefully getting anything scheduled. When it comes to other 4-star safeties, we're already pretty limited in who we can even recruit right now. There is Deron Cheek. Run support players do seem to still have a chance at decent athleticism in this game. That's definitely true at linebacker. But for highly rated safeties, it looks like Fehoko was one of our best options. I'll scout Cheek. We go to 89 speed, which is still average to above average at the position. 79 tackle, 70 zone. He looks okay. No physical abilities. Hit power does stand out. Solid player. I'm focused right now on setting up visits for 5-star players. They tend to make their decisions early in the process. I think we already have too many visits in week 6, so James Wing will visit in week 7. But we can now get ready for conference play after 3 really strong games. We have Colin Kunalik at 6 touchdown passes. We have Randy Titus, 288 yards. He didn't run for that many in the first couple weeks. This was the coming out party. And one thing to be careful about here is who you have as your quarterback 2. I don't want Barmore holding extra points and field goals, getting credit for a game played when there might be a game that we can actually get him experience down the road. But it looks like he's already got credit for 3 games played. I think I forgot in the second game to make that change. So we can only see him one more time before he's not eligible for a red shirt. Here's our roster with all these 90-plus overall rated players, and here's the opposition next in NC State. Nobody into the 90s, but still expect them to be a tough conference opener. And anytime you go on the road, you know you're going to get a tough matchup, or you can be surprised by one. Wolfpack looking for the first win against the Canes. They open with a 3-and-out. And here comes the Miami offense with Colin Kunalik, again leading us into the ACC season. It'll start in the air. Colin Kunalik, deep shot, down the right sideline, knocked away. That's another thing he's been very willing to do, take those downfield shots. That's a big part of our offense. And then going over the middle, that is Quentin Prescott. Gain of 17. Titus the carry on first down. Now that he's had one big game, we surely want to see him put a couple of those together. That's the first time he's really looked like that 5-star running back. Nice catch on the screen and the speed upfield. And number 12 is Josh Esquivel. Reminder, we're without JoJo Trader, so going a bit down the receiver depth chart. That's Titus. All the way to the 30, thanks to some excellent blocking. Prescott's getting the slot work in this game as Kunalik runs right up the middle. Sliding at the 14. Now in the game is Ted Good, running for 4 yards. On second down, on the strike it's Simons. And on 3rd and inches, Titus. Not gonna make the play. Little too fancy there on 3rd and short. We go 4th and 2. Offense stays on. Now we run, and we get it. Titus, touchdown, Canes. I love seeing the run game finish drives down here. Wolfpack on offense. And the quarterback's going to keep it and go down for a loss. It's Cole Carmichael. He spends a lot of his time in the opposing backfield. On second down, they run it. Good job filling. And it sets up 3rd and 7. 5-man pressure. Caught near midfield in front of Oscar Virgin. Four-man rush, and that is given up. Wolfpack working down the field with some safe, simple plays. First down and 10. And Rizzo there again. He's showing up more and more against the run. On second down to the outside and caught. On the wide receiver screen, 6 yards. And it's a very efficient possession for the Wolfpack. Hard to put drives like this together, but now in striking distance, broken up by Tony Rizzo. Third down, end zone shot, touchdown Wolfpack. Got a really big step there on Marquise Gainwell. What exactly went wrong there? Usually it's just failed press coverage and no getting his hands on him either. All tied at 7, Miami takes over, and it's Titus, and not much there. On second and 9, out to Titus. Great catch, and took an awkward hit on the play. He carries again, 3rd and 1, but won't get there. It is a 3-and-out Wolfpack. Another run, another successful run into the second level. The fake on third down. There is a flag on the play, but Cole Carmichael's out there knocking that down, and the Wolfpack are stopped. First down, and Titus working to the outside. He turns the corner, sprinting down the sideline to midfield. I can't believe he got there. I don't think last year's Randy Titus gets there. I think the 2-point speed difference showed up on a play like that. First down now at the 50. Titus cuts it downhill, has an opening, and gains 9. He comes off after 2 runs, replaced by Ted Good. Really want to make sure we have some auto subs in place just to help out there with wear and tear. I don't think that will... Well, I don't think that was a fumble, but no challenge. But wear and tear is something to think about as you try to be a more run-heavy team. Titus again outside has the first. But this will help us with a committee, keeping these running backs fresh and for the full season. Randy Titus, a lot of space, and has another first down. More number 3, Titus. Met gets 4. And we do seem to be just letting that run game lead the way and run the offense through it. 3 receivers, good. Thought he was going to take that to some open space, but instead cuts into the middle. And Titus again rotating back into the game, 3rd down and 6. Kunalik will throw, and now run, and not get there. Short range on the hash. Willie Shembo, the senior, will have it. 10-7 Miami. A 4-man rush and a laser across the middle. Wolfpack get a big jump start to their new possession. Pressure, and no, Lightfoot could not get there. It will be a sack, though, for Kevin Dombrowski. 3rd down and 6. There's pressure. Dombrowski's back for more. 2 in a row. And trying to add on before the half. Kunalik to the outside. Andrews sprinting to the 30 and all the way. They won't catch him. An 82-yard touchdown for the tight end. We brought in some exceptional vertical threats a couple years ago. Kevin Andrews, now the starter, shows you why he's dangerous covered one-on-one. That was pretty impressive. The extra point, though, was blocked. Wolfpack go 3 and out and leave us even more time. The blitz picked up, and Kunalik sets and has it knocked down. And they're going to jam the receivers. Do you know how risky that can be? Kunalik, sideline, and knocked away. Pretty big sequence there for the Wolfpack to keep this game this close. Our punt game does seem a bit better this year. He let it go. Wow. All the way to the 3-yard line. They'll try to get away from their own end zone, and it's a solid pickup. A chance to force a punt deep in their own territory. Ty Westbrook will throw it right at the sticks, and that's a big conversion for them. Pressured and sacked. There is Lester Judovsky, number 96. And another one for good measure. Marquise Lightfoot breaks up a little streak there of not getting one. And we do have 32 seconds. Wolfpack got to kick it away. And we should have good field position. Slaughter will break a tackle. 23 seconds to get a first down and set up Willie Shembo, essentially. From this spot, it's a 61-yarder, which is certainly makeable in this game for a lot of kickers. Kunalik extending outside, throws it away. I think he's doing a good job of extending plays, though. He's outrunning guys with bad angles. Now he's going to get out of the pocket and throw this away. There's still a chance, but they're going to say just send out Shembo now. This would be a career long for him. 61 yards, and it's short. And I think off to the right. But I'll fire up a game against, like, Florida A&M, who isn't even in the game, and they'll have a kicker who can just hit that kick. That's a wobbler underthrown. Incomplete. The first half is wrapped up. 16-7. On to the second half. It opens with Titus. And the excitement quickly wiped away by a Kevin Andrews hold. The run with Titus will get 5 back. Plenty of time with a good pocket. And at the sideline, we get a few more back. 3rd down and 7. Slaughter's at the top. He sits down on the short route, and it's intercepted! Undercut Perkins! Big tackle by Larry Slaughter. That is probably a throw I would look to in that spot as well. One-on-one on the corner route, which we already scored a touchdown on, by the way. But that was really impressive. I don't really have any complaints with that specific interception. But it does give NC State a short field where they will take advantage on a first down run, getting 9.5. Play fake, caught, and doing the Tyler Lockett at the 15-yard line. 2nd down and 10. Broken up Oscar Virgin. You just got to make one of those plays on 1st or 2nd down go your way. Then you get him in 3rd and 10, and you can let the pass rush clean up. Carmichael having a great episode. Field goal team is on, 42 yards, right hash, to make this a 6-point game. New set of downs on a new possession, and right back to that sideline. And that was effortless as he moved to his left. Now it's Randy Titus. He changed direction, but still stuffed. 2nd and 9. Underneath, slipping a tackle. Simons close to a first down. There's a lot of new on the offense this year, and I'm impressed with all these new faces. Andrews at tight end, Simons at receiver, and speak of Andrews, there he is. And Colin Kunalik feels like a new man as well. He spent a year really grinding and figuring out what he had to do to get better. Titus, still not a guy that I think is going to win those one-on-ones too often. I mean, that's tough trying to get outside like that. Anyway, 2nd down and 13. Downfield, field and caught! Esquivel! Touchdown! On an absolute dart from Colin Kunalik. 2-score lead back for the Canes. And we'll look for a nice 2-touchdown lead now. 3 receivers in the pattern. 8 in coverage. Kunalik says, I'm running this in. So heads up. He is such a new player this season. The play is made by Tony Rizzo. I've been calling his name all over the place. Double A gap look. Usually this is a bluff. It is here. 2nd down. Tight end screen. Good tackle. Dombrowski threw a little shoulder in there. And by little, I don't mean little, actually. 3rd down and 6. Caught on the out route. 1st down. Nowhere to go. That time, Rizzo and Pruitt were both there. 3rd down and 15. And who's coming, who's going? Again, 4-man rush. Wide receiver screen to Keenan Jackson, nets 4. And the Canes are in the driver's seat. Good 3rd quarter. Slaughter still on his feet. Too bad he lost yardage. A run with Randy Titus. Thank you for that hit from behind. Titus, not much there. I think the difference here could be some of the receiver blocking on the outside. A 3rd straight run, and Titus into the 2nd level. So it's not the big game he had previously, but 17 carries, 100+ yards. And now final play of the quarter. And right around ya goes Larry Slaughter on the crossing pattern. I have so many mesh concepts and crossing routes in this offense, and there's so much speed. It does not have to be complex. Deep shots, crossing routes, that's a huge part of the offense. And now Randy Titus, he's going down the sideline to the 8-yard line. I'd run it here, content with a 17-point lead if we don't get in. But it's going to be a throw. Andries, you have to turn around to catch the ball. Shembo. Short kick. No good! And it stays a 2-possession game in the 4th quarter. That ain't good. Handoff and working around a defender. A gain of 7 as NC State needs a touchdown, a stop, and a touchdown. There's just enough time to pull that off. Off the fake, Westbrook. Downfield, into traffic and picked. And upended at the 48. That is Matt Bouchard on the interception. And back on the field, the Cane offense led by Randy Titus, now at a $146. I feel like the offense actually has like the plan I want today. Another carry, and unable to get past that first defender. It is a loss of 4. But when we need Kunalik to make a play on 3rd down, he's done it. Needing 7. Knocked away. Trying to go down the middle to Esquivel. So NC State turns it over, but will quickly have the ball returned to them. Let's see Thomas here. He's definitely much improved punting the football. He's pinned them inside the 10 on a couple occasions. It's dumped off, and another play is made by Bouchard. Airing this one out, and it's overthrown. Past the outstretched hands. They're going for it. I get it, but this is kind of an insane decision. Intercepted! Gainwell, who's going to take it back and get stopped inside the 1. That was badly underthrown right after the previous try was overthrown. Unable to split the difference, and the Canes now close to punching this in for a 3-score lead. It is Randy Titus, stopped. Throwing now, and getting the touchdown is Sean Simons. I really like our team this year. These games have been fun. It feels very refreshing right now. And Miami's on their way to a 4-0 opening. I also like the way our secondary's playing here late. Tight coverage. They've made plays on the football already twice. A lot of these defensive backs have their catching rating well developed at this point as well. 5 minutes to go in the game for NC State, who are still looking to stay balanced offensively. On 2nd and 6, intercepted again! And now he's going to try to score on this one! 20, 10, 5, touchdown Gainwell! Wasn't content falling short on the previous, so he does it again and finishes the job. Marquise Gainwell is a burner. He has 99 speed now. He is our most athletic cornerback, and he is having himself a day. 4 minutes left to go in the game. It's now firmly in control for Miami, thanks to 3 consecutive interceptions. Pressure and almost intercepted again. So you've got a pass rush where any one of these players can wreck a play. You've got a secondary full of guys now just trying to take away the football. We're flying around, hitting hard, playing physical. You really can't ask for any more. But I am. I want another interception right here, okay? 4th and 11. The pass is floated. That looks like a punt. And it's knocked down. We don't need the interception, actually, because we take over better field position here. Looking to go up by another field goal now. And Willie Shembo, that's wide left. I could tell the angle was wrong even at my sideline view there. I do appreciate legitimate, interest in the kicks in this game. That's one thing I think they've done a pretty good job of. A fumble that they cannot advance. It's the first game in a long time I've actually had some trouble kicking field goals. I'm sure in some of the older Maddens, like 03 or something, the meter was pretty fast in games like that. I probably had some trouble in those. All-Pro football was tough because there was no HUD. It was based on the animation and stuff of the kicker, which I cannot picture them doing nowadays. So there you go, 1-0 in the ACC. Miami at number 9 looks strong once again. We look like a true force this season. And 4 games into the year, this looks like a playoff team. And not getting there would be a colossal disappointment. 178 on the ground in this game and only 23 pass attempts. This feels like my thesis put into action. 235 yards, 3 touchdown passes, 1 pick that I can excuse and be okay with. 26 carries to Randy Titus, who goes for $149. Without JoJo Trader, we still did a pretty good job with Kevin Andrews giving us a long touchdown, Esquivel going for 52. But I was really happy with the play of our defense in the second half, the way they closed this out, both the pass rush and the secondary contributing to absolute chaos. We still haven't had anybody join the recruiting class yet, unless that changes right here, and it does not. We do have decisions being made. Marcus Fehoko ends up going to Georgia, kicks us down into 3rd place in the process. And Nathan Winston is headed to Florida State. Deontay Vick is coming to Miami in Week 6. FSU has him with a Week 9 visit. I think it's very questionable of that visit actually happening. Ramish, that's competitive as heck for a 5-team battle. Thankfully, we get the first visit, which should give us an edge. James Wing has us in first place. Earl Westbrook has us in first. Might need a visit here to finish this off. And week 9 is an option, but I think his decision's coming far earlier than that. Devontae Ahmad has us in first, along with Tayshaun Bishop at cornerback. We could bring him in for a visit and have it complement James Wing against the Tar Heels. I wonder if Ahmad could then come to the same game, but that turns into competitive then with James Wing, another 5-star linebacker. I'll hold off there. Ooh, that's a week 6 visit in Notre Dame for Sean Folk, the wide receiver, and it happens to be week 5, so we need this battle to get finished here. We have 75 points with a hard sell there. I think we can close that gap pretty easily. And I want to get Taekwon Papo in for a visit as well. There are so many 5-stars we could still add. And week 7, we're just going to make that a really big one. It's risky. UNC's ranked. They're 3-1. But I'm not afraid of anybody on our schedule. I'll get Devontae Ahmad scheduled for week 9. It's week 5 currently, no other visits, and usually those visits are a big catalyst for getting to the top 3, getting within reach of ending one of these battles. So I think week 9 is still a safe schedule. Miami gets bumped up to number 8 now in the country, and here's a look at the conference standings. Early on, FSU is 2-0. We all got a jump start, though, on ACC play. It'll really get going now in this next week. Great numbers for Colin Kunalik. 70% completion percentage, 9 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. That's beautiful. Randy Titus, 6.1 yards a carry. Ted Good, 5.4. And Titus is up to a 96. I think he was a 94 before. So he's just getting better and better, and now has put together 2 great games back-to-back. Let's see if he can build up a streak here of 100-yard performances. 9.5 sacks already for Marquise Lightfoot. 14.5 split between our 2 defensive tackles, Dombrowski and Ladd. And we're getting healthier as well. JoJo Trader will miss 1 more game. And we did get cornerback Matt Freeman back off the injury list. So next time we've got Cal coming up on the schedule. And then some of our big games attached to visits. Georgia Tech, North Carolina, both visit-heavy games. And probably more scheduled than for the Duke game, as it's our last chance before San Jose State. But usually for 4- and 5-star players, you need your visits scheduled before, I'd say, week 10. And the 5 stars often before week 8. So that will do it for today, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Excited to get more Miami coming your way again. This has been some of the most fun in the series. Let's hope it continues. Have a great day, everybody.